Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on assessment and evaluation by Skillveda. Skillveda is a unit of Mevisha Foundation, which is empowering individuals through skill development, training, and opportunities. We are thrilled to have our esteemed trainer, Mr. Subhas Raute, President Awardee Educator. He is a CBSE, NVS, and Delhi government resource person, also to share his knowledge and insights. Yeah, Mr. Sir, welcome to our Skill Veda.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Twinkle ma'am. And I am really, at the outset, uh, uh, I express my happiness and pleasantry greetings to Skillveda and Mevisha for giving me an opportunity to contact with all the people, the educators. So good evening, educators and teachers. Welcome to this wonderful session. And we will be talking and we will be sharing our ideas. This is a wonderful day because I know yesterday is but a dream. Tomorrow is uncertain. Well lived today makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. So today is very, very important. Today is wonderful, very important in the sense we are meeting, we are discussing, we have been given a wonderful platform where we can share our ideas and we can think about what is really, what do you mean by really assessment and evaluation? And what are the changes been taken place in the recent time and how to cope up with these challenges? Because in the department, in the field of education, every day new challenges are coming up. These sort of training programs, believe me, are inevitable for our professional growth, for you, for me, for everyone. Because it's a revolutionary process it's going on. So whenever we get a chance, we must attend this, we must enjoy, we must listen to, because through listening, through interacting, we learn a lot. And it gives us a lot of wisdom and knowledge. Thereby, we gain through our professional growth and ethics. So once again, welcome, dear respected teachers and educators from different parts of the country, different parts of the place. I can see from different parts of the places that you have joined. So it's
When we
really,
will do interaction, na, then they will tell you where they from, where they are. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will be asking, Lisa. Uh,
Yeah.
I can see is there. Which place? I think is it
From
from
Od-
Chhatrapur?
yes, sir. Good evening. I'm from Chhatrapur, Odisha.
Oh, great. And then Deepika, ma'am, seems to be from Hyderabad, right? Uh, Deepika, this is Deepika Kurukshetra. Okay, very good. So we are scattered.
Yes, sir. I'm
So
from
all of
Hyderabad.
us.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. So we'll be discussing, we'll be enjoying. So today is very important day uh, for the country because country is playing ICC championship, you know. Despite that, we are also here. So because we are also exploring, it's a kind of wonderful ideas we will be discussing here. Get ready for few activities also. Probably it may happen during the course of our interactions. So keep a copy with you and a pen. Okay, this is just optional, of course. This is just optional, of course. Okay, I'll be sharing my screen. Do you see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is a wonderful topic. This is assessment and evaluation. Believe me, good teaching is more of giving up right questions than giving up right answers. So in this sector, in this education sector, if we teachers and educators, if we are not allowing them to raise questions, then we are really failing. We are not doing justice. So a lot of questions must be there in students. In whatever category of the students you deal with, either they are from formative stage of, they are a preparatory stage, or at the secondary stage, or at the senior secondary stage. A lot of questions are inevitable in their mind. Allow them to raise these questions. So good teaching is always involved of good questions. Questions is very, very important. So then I will be coming to another slide. Can anybody say something about this? You can either unmute and say, or you can chat box, you can type. Do you know something about this? I have just shown a painting. I'll be really impressed if any of you can, whatever comes to your mind, you can say. Or if you know about something about this painting, you can say what it really speaks, what it comes. Let it be very informal and interactive. Don't be too serious. Come on. Yeah. If you know something, whatever you see, you can tell me in the painting. Just look at the painting.
In the rural area, all the persons are busy with their works. Some are cooking
Yeah.
and selling vegetables and buying vegetables. Every type of work they are doing.
Okay. Different. I can see the charts. Different activities done by women, multitasking by women role in village. Okay. Good. So about village atmosphere, someone has written daily routine, a woman's day, role of woman. Oh, wonderful. Woman's day. Okay. Yeah. Role of woman. It is described about the woman. Oh, very good. Wonderful. Everyone's answer is really, really appreciable. Look at this picture. Actually, what the story behind this picture, what is the objective behind to exhibit this picture before you all is this is a painting done by a class 9th student of Thrissur, a remote area of Kerala state. What he realized while studying in class 9, way back in 2021-22, he realized that every time father says, your mother doesn't work, I only work, I am an earning member of this house, your mother doesn't work. So the child was upset. Every time he watches that round the clock, entire 24 hours, he used to watch his mother, that how she used to cook, she used to clean the clothes, clean the household works, because that has never been noticed. And he started painting it. He painted all this. This is the painting, original painting done by that student. And he showed it to his teacher. The teacher then gave it to the principal. Principal somehow handed over in a function to a ministry. And then, believe me, this became the gender biasness of gender budget cover page of the government. This cover page, this has become the cover page of the gender budget 2022, done by that student. He is Anjunath. He's a small student. So 9th class student. And he felt that how come mother is not working? Because just yesterday, we all celebrated Women's Day. So I wanted just to discuss it, to enlighten this. And there comes assessment. The teacher could have kept in the almirah. The painting, when the student gave, Anjunath, he handed over to the teacher simply could have kept in the cupboard or in the almirah. Finished. Okay, go. A grade. But the teacher didn't do that. He was so impressed, he gave it to the principal. And the school authority thought, oh, beautiful. In a function, they wanted to show their chief guest. The chief guest happens to be from ministry, and he said that this is really incredible. And this is now featuring as the cover page of the gender budget book of the government. So this is incredible. This is the role of a teacher. This is the role of assessment. This is the incredible achievement of evaluation, assessment. Every child is different. No two childs are equal. No two children are equal. So now holistic assessment is very, very important. Suppose you think mechanically that I have given projects, I'll just give marks and I'll keep them in cupboard or in the almirahs. Will not do justifications. Go through them. Try to understand their ideas, their potentiality in different directions, in different domains. Understand them. Understand every single child. Because teaching is far more challenging job than any other job you can imagine. Teaching is, gone are those days. Teaching is a very usual job. No problem, go teach and come and take your salary. No, it's the most challenging job now. Because you are dealing with human bodies. You're not dealing with unlike other professions, like in hardware, software, or files or anything. You're dealing with human bodies. You're dealing with human emotions. So this is very, very important. So this is a best cited example of how assessment can go into what level. What level? That this is featuring, and this is the one. You can see the. You can have a screenshot, of course, if you wish. This is the boy of class 9. And he painted simply. So this is 9th class Anjunath. So this Anjunath became history. And the treasure also. Well, I'm really tempted to interact with you all on this evening. I wish to know that what is really important for you in this profession. What is really important for you? You can unmute and say, or you can chat me. You can write in the chat box. What is important you feel in this profession? What is the utmost important part? Most important for your perception, since you are in this option. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What's important? You can write also, I can see.
Radhana ji is writing discipline and dedication.
Discipline and dedication. Short. Okay. Okay. Discipline and dedication, right? You find important. Okay. Anything? Understanding. Interaction with the students, you feel very important. Okay. Then Anubha Srivastava, empathetic. Wow, wonderful sentence. Empathetic towards children. Okay. बच्चों, right, yeah, very good. बच्चों को सही ढंग से समझ पाना और उनकी प्रतिभाओं को निखार पाना. बहुत अच्छा, बहुत good. बहुत good. Yeah. So, okay, we will not be going through because all of you have really good. I am really impressed. What is most important? Do I tell you? Whenever I go, as for offline sessions or as a participant or as a resource person, I keep on saying that this is a very vital question. For us, dear educators, respected teachers, for us, the child is important. The most important is the child, the student. Irrespective of the salary, irrespective of their syllabus, many tend to write, the 12th class teachers, senior teachers, when I interact with them, syllabus, completion syllabus in time. Of course, everything is important. The most important, in this profession is the child is. The student is. Because teaching is a very easy job for those who do not want to teach. Remember, teaching is a very easy job for those who do not want to teach. If you really want to teach, it's the most challenging job. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new day for you. And gone are those days now. So this is very, very important. Thank you for your appreciations. Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir. Really, really challenging. All of you must be facing. And more challenges are coming up. Because in 2000, in this era, a teacher has to be a risk taker, an adapter, a facilitator, okay, and a leader, and of course, a person who inspires. So these are all challenging things. Okay, we'll be going to the next slide. Normally, classrooms we feel our perception. हमारा perception है जो suppose you want to join a school for the first time, okay, or you every time you are transferred to a school, you think that my classroom should be, this is the perception, it should be joyful, it should be interactive, it should be vibrant, it should be pulsating with the life. But does it happen really? In reality, does it happen? In reality, and you also think that my learners, the students, must be engaged, must be enthusiastic, must be creative, collaborative, communicative, thinking, involved, construct their own knowledge. These are all very, very important part, because these are the learning objectives. One must, but these are the perceptions. But it doesn't happen in reality. There are many things need to be done. The reality is this. The reality comes here. Someone is completely lost. Someone is वो इतना थक गया है, थकान महसूस करता है, is dejected. He is not having that enduring interest. Someone is thinking, why do I study this? Why do I do this maths? What is the use of this? Someone is telling, what I need to study. There are a lot of professions. He is in a dream world. And because of these electronic gadgets, all this, they are very, very informative. They are well informed. They think that what to do, what to not do. So this has culminated, this has inculcated a sense of fear, a sense of insecurity in every child. As a result, their mental health and wellness is also affected. Every child is important for you. Remember, the children, those who are doing excellent results in your class, they are important for you. And the children, those who are struggling to learn, they are also equally important for you in this profession. Those who are struggling, also your students. So in this profession, it's a very, very important part that how to make them inspire, how to make them take interest in your class. Classrooms are filled with students normally in every school, wherever you go. You go to South India, Northern India, Eastern part or Western part. Classrooms are generally, because India is a wonderful country in the world. It's a vivid example of integrity in diversity. It is the most beautiful country. Diversity is being celebrated here. So classrooms are also like that. We can't help it. The classrooms are filled with students, have different needs, come from different educational backgrounds, have different attention spans of interest, having different language ability, having different cultural background. So how to make them, because you are the teacher, how to make them integrated towards your class, how to make them inclined towards your interactions. So this is very, very important. Joyful learning, which you may be knowing it, so it's not. This I would like to really impress upon you. This is the role of a teacher. This makes you very, very important for all of you. Okay, I have come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element of this. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It's my daily mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power as a teacher. The child's, either you can make child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of touch or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it's my personal response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated. A child is humanized.
रिकॉर्डिंग खुद भी कर रहे हैं दे देंगे हाँ कोई बात नहीं मांग लो
Okay, one simple activity. All of you, please choose any number between 1 and 9, multiply it by 3, add 3 to it, multiply by 3 again, add the 2 digits together you have time. Only natural numbers you go. Don't go for any decimal numbers or fractions. Okay.
We have to tell the number to you, sir?
Yeah.
We have to tell the number to you?
Yeah.
It's 9.
Yes.
It's
You
9.
got 9. Okay. Archana,
Yeah.
Rishi, you got 9. Anybody else?
Yeah.
9, sir.
Okay. Shruti Prabhu, you also got 9. Okay.
9, sir.
Sir, 9.
Shruti got 9. Yeah.
Sir, 9.
Okay. Rekha ma'am got 9. Everyone gets 9. Okay. So big applause for you all. Everyone gets 9. So this is a simple mathematical question. Finding any number. You were given freedom to choose any number. That's very important part. You were given freedom to choose any number as you like. That freedom need to be given to the students. So 1 to 9, whatever number you took, you multiplied it by 3 and got it. And everyone got that 9. 9 is learning outcome. Learning outcome is 9. So 9, I wanted that, how can I get 9? So I gave this. You were given 3 choices. Students were given 3 choices. They were free to choose any number, but the learning outcome is 9. The story doesn't end here. During that COVID era, what had happened in Bengaluru, the police people were having difficulty in controlling that crowd, especially during that lockdown period. You must be knowing lockdown period. You must be, those, how can anybody be forgetting? Isn't it? During lockdown time, it was very difficult for police to control. Somewhere here and there, people used to come towards the market or these busy places. So what they did in a very innovative manner, they erected huge hoardings in few chaura, in few squares, okay, in few marketplaces. Making plans for the weekend, choose any number between 1 and 9. Multiply it by 3, add 3, multiply by 3 again. Add the 2 digits you get together. If you get 1, you are allowed to go to pub. If you allowed to go to cinema. 3, meet with our friends, no problem. We will not trouble you. Go to Bandipur Jungle, 4 if you get. Fun World Museum Park, 5. Road trip to Uti if you get 6. If you get 7, out for dinner, police will not disturb you. You are allowed. If you get 8, play football, come out. If you get 9,
Lovely.
stay at home. So this is a very innovative idea how some kind of whatever we are learning can be put into life. Can be applied. So this is a wonderful idea which I wanted to share. Now coming to assessment and evaluations, very, very quickly we will be going. We have enough time and we are discussing this. For a fair selection, everybody has to take the same. So this you must be come across this kind of scene. So this used to be earlier a kind of evaluation. Because one exam at the end of the year, either you passed, you are labeled passed or failed. This was it. Because then what we did, we only wanted to compete one kind of competency for all, which is not possible, which is not practical. Same kind of competencies you cannot think of. So therefore, now things have changed a lot. We are coming to multiple assessments. Multiple assessments gives you an idea about an individual student. You must have come across students, those who are not able to speak properly, but they can write very well. You must have come across students, those who are speaking very well. Very well, they are able to be orator, but they hardly can write. Their handwriting is not that good. Sometimes some students are good at writing, painting and all that. So multiple assessment is very, very important. Suppose you have taken students to an excursion, an educational tour. And when we usually come back, normally when I was studying or even for the last few years, I can see. Students were asked by the teacher that even my sons were also studying. Their teacher used to ask, go at home and write a paragraph and come back about the place. Suppose students have taken to Qutub Minar or students have taken to Taj Mahal. Normally, usually, earlier, teacher used to assign them, write a paragraph and submit what you saw. But remember, everyone is not good at writing or good at expressing what to write. There may be students who can enact in a dramatic manner. There may be students who can write a poem. There may be students who can paint it, whatever he saw. There may be students who are good at writing some cartoons, making some cartoons and cutting jokes. These are all useful and good learning outcomes. So now, according to multiple assessment, the teachers have an enormous responsibility to give them, to come up with your ideas, whatever you have seen, in your way of expressing it. Then the student will be realizing that, yes, I am good at painting, I will paint Taj Mahal and other places and I will come up and I will submit. Teacher will not scold me. Normally, usually, earlier times, everyone needs to write a paragraph and submit. As a result, those who were not struggling, those who were not good, they were used to copy and submit. Give them liberty. Let them come up with some idea. Let them write a skit. Let them paint. Let them play a drama. Let them write a poem on that. So these are the multiple assessment is required as per NEP. Remember that. Because this is how you can really assess their potentiality. No two individual childs are alike, as I have already told you. Major shifts taken place, teacher-centric to learner-centric. Remember, according to the NEP. Now it's more flexible. Teacher direction to learner autonomy. Learner autonomy has to be given. Ask them to take choice, whatever they want, in whatever manner he has to write. Teacher guidance is no more, but teacher as a felicitator now. Don't tell that this is my method. You have to learn this method and come back. Passive reception in learning is no more there. Active participation in learning. Teacher is not to teach there. Nobody teaches anybody anything. Remember, you are there only to enlighten them. Nobody teaches anybody anything. We are there only to inspire them. Learning within the classroom is no more. Active participant learning, the wider social context. Knowledge as given and fixed is no more. It evolves and created. Disciplinary focus, now multidisciplinary, educational focus. Linear exposure is no more, now multiple and divergent exposure. And finally, appraisal, short, few, multifarious, and continuous. Assessment is a continuous process. It's a continuous process. So how can you have strategies? There are very, very important strategies which you need to adopt, which we need to adopt if we want to justification for our profession. Happy learning outcomes. Because all these assessments, evaluations which we are talking about is only for learning outcomes, to achieve the learning outcomes. So remember, always try to start from questions. Start from questions is very, very important. Provide enough time to think. Give them enough time to think. This too is very important. How to think, not what to think. Let us elucidate how to think. Let us inculcate a habit, how to think, not what to think. Suppose you are given an assignment, you told that, ye iska baare mein likh ke le aana. There the assignment or the project has failed. Just give them, let the child think. How to think is very important, not what to think. Normally what happens, teachers give a set of questions in mathematics and he says that all these questions are based upon a plus b whole square formula. You complete and come back. Thereby, you have stopped his thinking or her thinking. Allow them to think. That is important now. You are not the answer key. Remember, you are not the answer key. When you project that before students, that I know everything, then there, the students, you are creating a bridge. You are creating a gap, I mean. Students will be hesitating. Students will have in their mind, oh my God, he's something. I will not go. He knows everything. You are not the answer key. You may be knowing it, but pose as if before them that you are also along like them. You are also along thinking. You are allowing them to, okay, somebody asked a question. Don't say, tumhe ye bhi nahi aata hai. You don't know this. Not even you don't know how to do this. Don't never. You can, oh, this is a wonderful question. Very good. Let us do it. Let us do it. Then the child will think, oh, I brought a good question. I mean, thereby you are given a sense that the child can approach you frequently. Say yes and appreciate for student ideas. You may not adopt. You may not adopt, but every idea of theirs, you say yes. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's good. We'll see this. Not knowing is not failure. give this sense to the students right from the beginning, no matter what stage you are teaching. Either you are teaching a primary student, primary classes, secondary classes, pre-primary, wherever. You tell them, give them a sense that not knowing is not a failure. It's not for only students. It is even for you, respected teachers and educators. It's for us. Not knowing is not failure. This will give them a sense that they will not take drastic steps as it is happening across India. Wherever coaching centers are there, wherever different parts are there, you can see every now and then you find very unfortunate news of students. Yes.
स्कूल जाकर कौन पढ़ा पढ़ी हायर एजुकेशन
Agya? Yes. Higher education? See, not knowing is not failure means it's not, don't tell that not knowing is good. Not knowing is not failure means don't let not to be depressed. Not knowing is not failure, but not want to know is a failure. Don't want to know is a failure. Okay. So competitions, well, I can get a question from there. Competition should be changed into collaboration. Because of that competition, no one is happy. Don't you think that a student gets 99 and still he or she is under depression? Because there are several students who got 99.5. So how much 99? Because what we can do, 90 students getting 90 are still under depression. We need to do this something. This is also according to NEP. Things are going to change, fast change. Everything is going to be changed now. Make them understand, not remember. Make them understand, not remember. And your position is to inspire. You need to inspire them. You need to inspire. If you inspire, everything will be done. And your course will be completed. Children will take interest. See, whatever it is, all those students, those who are going for coaching centers, see, all of them, they are only writing their success stories. No center comes with their failure stories. If you look into their failure stories, only few percent they are getting success, others are all coming lot failures. I'm not talking about coaching centers and other, but this is taken a very serious view by the ministry, by the CBSE, by the government of India, Ministry of Education. But this is, we teachers are now, we teachers are now wellness ambassadors. Remember, we teachers are now wellness ambassadors. The child is important for you. The student is much more significant than the subject matter what you teach. He or she is very, very important for you. Remember that. Students learn a lot through informal learning. How children learn? They are learning at their own pace. They learn their own pace, at their own pace. And children learn more through activities, which you must be doing, all of you. Learning is a continuous process. Children construct their own knowledge in a unique style. They construct their own knowledge. Children learn in a spiral way. Every time you need to repeat, revision, revise concepts. Children learn through mistakes and errors they make. Allow them to commit mistakes, please. Allow them to commit mistakes. Once they committed mistakes, if they are thrashed or scolded or some kind of bullying in the class done, they will also fear to commit mistakes. So children learn through their mistakes and errors. Allow them to commit mistakes. No one is free from errors. No one is free from mistakes, including ourselves, including everyone in this society. So we tend to commit mistakes. So let them commit mistakes. Guide them. Inspire them. Tell them that this is not not a serious issue. You made a mistake, but don't repeat it. Don't repeat it. Learning takes place in a holistic manner. So if you are good to them, if you are coming up with a very friendly nature with them, the student will excel, definitely excel. That I am sure about. Now coming to measurement, assessment, and evaluation. The word measurement is derived from a Greek word, meter, which means an act of measuring. Simply, measurement is, you might be knowing it. What is then evaluation? Measurement, आपने number दे दिया, उसका बाद you have given the rank, first, second, third. These are all value judgment. Or you have written there that can improve, can do. So evaluation is that measurement plus value judgment. Assigning meaning to the measurement is assessment. Assessment is very, very valuable. Assigning some meaning for your measurement. Why are you measuring it? Why are you measuring it? That is why now, when you prepare a blueprint, a question paper, marking scheme is also required so that you can uniformly allot the marks. You can give them marks. There cannot be any biasness with this. So assigning meaning to the measurement is assessment. The final opinion or overall judgment, which you form on the basis of several assessments, is evaluation at the end. At the end. So that is a kind of final examination. And final examination is also nowadays is not the final, because you have to take all these cumulative record, all the cumulative records. You must be working, so you all know that. So final is also not enough. So all these records. So this is a very, very interesting, very good initiative being taken in the education sector. The term measurement is limited to quantitative. Measurement, the term, is limited to quantitative. But evaluation, on the other hand, includes both quantitative and qualitative description. Because you can see the marks and also some kind of gradings, some kind of incentives, some kind of remarks. These are all evaluations. So finally, what we think marks is measurement, because a numerical assignment is given 50, 60, 70, 80, that's a measurement. Marks, if you give some meaning with it, that we call it assessment. And then marks and meaning to marks and some value judgment. So it's the evaluation. So that's what takes place with this. Assessment, then we can think of why should children be assessed? What should be assessed? And when should be assessed? Assessment be done. And how should be assessed? Assessment to be done. These are all core questions must be rising in your mind. And remember, there is no any clear-cut guidelines. Guidelines are there, of course, but teacher, your stakeholders are different, your situations are different. So you have liberty to be flexible with all this. These are all suggested. Why should children be assessed? Do you know? So that you can reflect upon, you can derive a feedback, whatever I had planned, whether the learning outcome has been achieved or not, and whether my strategies which I have taken up is really successful to enhance children's learning, and whether this core objective is met with these strategies. That is why we need to assess a child. We need to devise certain examinations so that we can think that examinations are not for only students. Believe me, teachers and educators. Do we assess ourselves? We need to assess ourselves as well. At times, some teachers may be coming. There may be principals here also in this lot, and teachers may be also there. But I'm not talking about the general. There are very remote examples. Very few examples are there. Teachers come, sir, ये नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे. But remember, we are able to tell because we have given that liberty to assess. Are we assessing ourselves? Do we assess ourselves? We need to introspect. If 3-4 students are failed, then we need to think that accountability that yes, I must change my strategies. I must introspect. Why the child? Because the same teacher, if you are taking credit for students who have scaled more than 90% marks, then you need to take responsibility for those students who are still struggling even to get a minimum pass mark, a desired level of outcome. So you need to assess yourselves. If you can, that is called reflection. If you are reflective, then you can give rise to a profession much, much better. And I hope you must all be doing this. This I can also impress upon you. What should be assessed? What should be assessed? Different competencies must be assessed. They are skills, speaking skills, writing skills, problem-solving skills, okay? And they are articulating a poem, they are writing a paragraph, or writing into whatever subject you take. You know what should be assessed. If you are given in social study a map work, what you are skill assessing, whether the child is really visualizing the places. Visualizing the place, that is also a skill. Visualizing a problem, solving a problem, thinking in terms of mathematical terms, or thinking in a scientific terms. So these are what should be assessed. When should be assessment be done? It is a continuous process. Every school is having a lot of their own calendar of activities from the examination department. It's a continuous process. So there is a need to maintain a profile for every child. That also, you know, as per the NEP 2020. How should assessment be done? It's a very, very pertinent question. Though it varies from teacher to teacher, school to school. But remember, some guidelines. You must encourage or you must motivate individual assessment. You must see each child, he or she, in the class, in the group, how one is behaving, how one is coming up, what are his or her difficulties, or what are the strengths and difficulties, weaknesses. These, as a teacher, you must be knowing them. This is a very challenging task now. And individual assessment, group assessment. In a group also, you must see whether the child is ready to get along with others, whether the child is adopting group ideas, whether the child is feeling free, comfortable with others, friends. These are all social skills, values-related dimensions of child's behavior. Very important. Self-assessment, it reflects child's own assessment. Allow them to reflect. Sometimes give them questions and give them answer sheets also, so that they will evaluate it. The child will come to know where he or she stands, what need to be further done. It reflects child's own assessment. Then the child will come to know that what are the areas where he or she needs to improve. So it will definitely encourage it will be inbuilt knowledge, skills, interest, and attitude. Peer assessment is also important. Can be conducted in pairs, in groups. Children study all the subjects. For you, as a subject teacher, you are thinking of only your subject. So always think in terms of students as well. Always think of in terms of your student as well. Because always think that, yeah, the child is studying 5 to 6 subjects. I am only one subject teacher. Though I must inculcate, I must encourage, I must assure that he or she must study my subjects. But sometimes empathetic is needed. Don't conduct everyday exams. Some teachers, they do conduct everyday exams. before the exam. It is okay, it's fine if they are able to justify. But as a result, never ever think that child is neglecting other subjects, should not neglect other subjects. As a teacher in teaching in education sector, come up broadly that say that, look, boy, look, girl, you have 5 subjects, 6 subjects. You must have a timetable. You must study. Do give justice to every subject. And this is a part of evaluation. Strengthening assessment and evaluations. Group discussion gives us a lot of ideas. The social teamwork group, in the group assessment, you look at the confidence, leadership skills, listening ability, social skills, communication skills, problem solving skills. These are all skills you can judge. And 360-degree holistic progress card is coming up. You must be also doing it. You need to maintain all these documentations. You need to maintain that, yes, he or she is this. Their health, starting from their health, their behavior is also coming under your assessment. Not only examinations. Their behavior is also part of your assessment. Now, when we talk about assessment, you see things have changed a lot. Competency-based questions should be minimum 40%. 40% of question papers should contain competency-based questions. That is why these type of questions like case study-based questions, multiple choice questions, assertion and reasoning questions have come up. Thereby, we are instilling that whether the child is studying, whether in a practical situation, the child, the student, the learner is able to apply that knowledge or not. Because unless he or she is applying those kind of whatever the academics he or she is studying, then somewhere we are failing. Somewhere we are failing in creating innovations, creating critical thinking, making them to think out of the box or lateral thinking skills. So objective type questions will also be 20%. Remaining 40% will be sort of from the textbooks. Structure of assessment of scholastic area, post-scholastic activities. You know, internal assessments, why internal assessments have been created? Not to make them pass, remember. Internal assessments were given to make you equipped. It is a power given to the teachers in sectors to make you equipped that, yes, I am valuable. I have given some strength, 20 marks. So I can alert them. If the child, because you know better throughout the year, how the child is behaving, how the child is studying. He or may not be doing at the end of the exam, he may have not done well. But you have given good marks because you have studied throughout the year. So teacher is now empowered. Internal assessment marks, 20 marks, is not to make them pass. It is an initiative for teacher empowered. Periodic tests, 5 marks, multiple assessment, 5 marks, portfolio and subject enrichment. These all you know. These all you are equipped with. You must all be doing it. Internal assessments, 20 marks. Okay. And then these 20 marks, the distribution I'm talking. Whenever you are languaging, then assessment of speaking, learning, mathematics lab activity, science practical activity, social science project work, all these are, you can have multiple assessments like quiz, oral test, concept map, exit cards, visual expressions, all these given because so that it is a thorough continuous process. Assessment is a continuous process. So through the process, you know that, yes, these are the, and you need to keep a record of that. You need to study the consistency of their performance. If some child is not performing or gradually declining, then you come as a counselor. If a child is doing very well, you come as a motivator. So these are part of your teacher is essentially a counselor. A teacher is essentially a motivator. Your job is not only to come and finish off the sessions. So that is wonderful. I'm sure you all must be doing it. I'm very optimistic about that. Assessment, basically, this is very important for us. Assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. Which is important for us? Assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. Assessment as learning. Very good. Okay. Anyone else? All are important, right? Okay. Okay. Assessment of learning as learning. All are important.
As learning.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fine. We will not go into any debate about that. First thing is, I am impressed that many have said that all are important. But when you categorize, things have changed a lot. Assessment as learning, if becomes very good, then definitely assessment for learning will be improved and assessment of learning will also be improved. Definitely. So I am happy that you are interacting, you are participating. So I'm extremely happy. Assessment of learning. Assist the teachers in using evidence of students of learning. Okay. Sometimes refers to as a summative assessment. It's a complete thing. You are giving marks, you are giving grade, and you are coming up with some kind of judgment, assessment of learning. Assessment for learning involves teachers using evidences about students, knowledge, understanding, skills. These are all, assessment for learning are all those kind of periodic exams, whatever you are interacting with them, these all come. Assessment as learning is a concept which is very, very important. Why? When the students are their own assessors, this is a very new dimension is given. In a very new dimension is given. Okay? Students are their own assessors. They will assess their students, monitor their own learning, ask questions. They use range of strategies. And then they think that, yes, I think I need to improve. This kind of realization is very, very important. Assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. Thereby you can just think about this in these terms. You can see that how of learning, teacher's role is very important. For learning, teachers and peers, both are working. And as learning, learner takes responsibility. Students take responsibility of their own learning, ask questions about their learning and learning process. So who are there involved? Of learning teacher, for learning teacher and peers, as learning learner and peers. How? Formal assessment involves these, When periodic tests, then final tests, then ongoing feedback, continual reflection, continual reflection by the students is as learning. Off learning gives you ranking and reporting. For learning gives you improved learning. And as learning gives you deeper learning and learning how to learn. Learning how to learn is very important. So scoring grades are emphasized in off learning. For learning, what is being emphasized? Feedback, support, collaboration. As learning is also reflection is very, very important part. I'll be skipping all this because we have understood all this. Assessment for learning, assessment as learning. So this is what usually the traditional assessment pyramid, normally assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. It was a traditional way of, because there were no other scopes. एक एग्जाम होता था, pass, you have failed, no scopes for further improvement, nothing. Now, the pyramid has been changed. Now, assessment as learning, the student themselves, they are able to see where they are lacking, how to improve themselves. Assessment for learning, both teacher, peer, and students, parents, they are involved here. And assessment of learning is the final stage when the student gets a judgment or evaluate. So you can see in a very pictorial designing. Okay, so the periodic states are assessment of learning. Multiple assessments is coming as a subject, and these are assessment for learning, and portfolio assessment as learning. This comes as a part of that. So, and now a lot of questions of Bloom's taxonomy, when we will be discussing in some other session, we will be discussing how we are restricted to, even today, we are restricted to the lower order thinkings, remembering, understanding, and applying. Because whenever we are thinking of planning a blueprint also, we are thinking skill, application, knowledge, and that. Okay, understanding, knowledge, skill. But remembering, understanding, applying, now we need to go beyond that, higher order thinking, that those three layers, analyzing, evaluating, and creating innovations, thinking laterally, critical thinking, those things also need to be higher order. You can see we are restricted to this, the vehicle, but the higher orders also we can go at the end, that is creating. That also is a challenge for you as a teacher and educators. Multiple assessments, you know, all these kind of whatever the quiz, seminar, role play, and everything you must be doing. All these are model making, debate, edit cards, declamation, map work. These are all part of your assessment. I am sure you all must be this. One thing I would like to impress upon you all, smart learning outcome. The smart learning outcome is very important for all of us for assessment and evaluation. SMART, S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for relevant, and T stands for time bound. Whatever examination, whatever test you have planned, you see, you write down that whether it is coming under the SMART objective. You must be specific. What are your objective, learning outcome, what you want to assess, what you want to really assess or evaluate? What are the, whether it is measurable. Suppose somebody will say honesty. Honesty cannot be measured. It is very difficult, though it requires another session for value education. Then attainable, whether it is attainable, whether it is relevant, whether it is time bound. These are very important. So smart assessment. Large cycle also I will be impressing upon. This is very important part. You can have a screenshot about that. Learning expected learning. L stands for expected learning outcomes. For assessment, this is very important. L stands for expected learning outcomes. A stands for teaching learning strategies. Another A stands for assessment. And another R stands for reflective practices. Reflective practices can include remedial measures, can include your change of strategies. It's a kind of modeling. You have planned something. If you see that the RAR cycle is very, very important for you. This I will be skipping because assessment activities, report activities, other evidences, you know, documentation is very, very important as far as students' portfolio is concerned, and NEP 2020 is concerned. Portfolio is very important. You must all be doing it because systematic collection of learners' work. Go through their portfolio. You can understand the student. You can understand their strength and weakness. You can really guide them. You can be a real facilitator for learning. structure of internal assessments. We have studied, we have discussed here types of questions, pen and paper test, multiple assessment strategy, multiple LAR cycle we have discussed. Can anybody say me LAR stands for? L is for LAAR cycle.
Learning.
Learning outcome. Yes. Another R.
Expected learning.
L is for expected learning outcome.
Learning outcome.
Another R. L after A. LAAR. Yes. LAR.
Learning strategy.
Yeah. Another one is see, immediately after L. That is activity. Planning activity.
Good evening, sir. So
A
can
is-
I tell so?
Yes.
L stands for learning outcome, A as an activity, and A assessment, R is revaluation.
R is reflective. Yeah.
Revaluation, I think.
Reflective activity.
R is
Practices.
reflective. R
Okay.
is reflective in the sense you are reflective. Very good. Learning outcome. Yeah. Then finally,
Activity,
activities. Yes, planned activities. Then
assessment,
yes. After that,
Reflective practice.
reflective. Reflective activities includes your revision, your remedial measures, or changing strategies. Very, very good. Thank you so much, all of you. But we are just 5 minutes we will take. We'll discuss about also certain things. Now, I am really happy that you have enthusiastically participated, and I hope you enjoyed this session. We'll go to this, the difference we have. Now we have assessed the difference. So the purpose of assessment, look at this visual. Look at this visual. I hope you will really be enlightened. You will really love it, this visual. This visual gives every crux of this session, whole session, the summary of this whole session. Assessment is to increase quality. Look at that picture for assessment. Look at that picture for judgment. Judgment. You're simply judging it. What? Too short, not enough leaves. You're not going properly. But whereas you are assessing, you have realized it is short, it has to be improved to increase the quality. I hope you really love this visual. This gives us the purpose of assessment and the purpose of evaluation comes at the end, of course. Okay. Today, these are things we have done. So assessment and evaluations, they are not exclusive. They are inclusive. Assessment and as we have called assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning, they are not entirely exclusive. They are all inclusive. The purpose is only one thing: how to realize this learning outcome, how to enjoy you in your profession, how to you become a wonderful teacher in transaction your ideas. Assessment evaluations, the common required criteria use measurable evidence driven. Or both are, this is measurable evidence driven. Assessment is an ongoing and a positive and individualized, valuable. Whereas evaluation, normally, a closer judgment. Oh, yes, first, second, ho gaya, jao. You are good or you are bad. That is evaluation. You can improve. Okay, these areas are important. You have done very well. You can still improve. This is assessment. Competency-based learning. What you know, sometimes you realize that when you do it, you find that it is really very challenging. This visual gives us very important idea about what you know and what you want to prove it, how you can do. So whenever you are doing it as a teacher, I know as a teacher, all of you, I know it must be very challenging also to keep records, to take examinations, to do other activities of the school. This is very, very challenging job. But if you really love your profession, you will enjoy it. If you don't love your profession, you will not enjoy it and you will go under depression. This is very simple statements and very profound, I feel. Learning outcomes, desired learning outcomes, experiences, a blueprint and test items that we will be discussing sometime later, how to prepare blueprint and how to take examinations, things to remember. Okay, typology of questions, constructing response of what types of questions. This is a format of creating a blueprint, having those ideas of domains of learning, cognitive, affective, socio, and also psychomotor. We plan, we develop, we deliver. We assess and evaluate the results of the assessment. We revise, deliver the revised material, and assess the evaluate again. Perfection is always just out of reach, but continually striving for a perfection contributes to keeping both our instruction fresh and our interest of teaching picked. So it's a journey, dear teachers, respected educators. It's a journey for you. It's a journey for me. It's a journey for Skillvedas. It is a journey for everyone. Because there will not be end. It is a journey. It will continue. It is a continue. The individual will continue. Because every time, every batch, you will have some students, those who are struggling, you need to adapt all kind of things. 360-degree multidimensional report card is very important. Linking with the home and school. Linking with the home and school. You can also have a screenshot of this. And school-based assessment, then multidisciplinary, then AI-based software is also being planned out so that you can keep their records. Assessment by parents is also, its scope is there in this. PARAK stands for Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge of Holistic Development. Okay, many of you must be knowing it. Very good. So these are the domains of learning which you may be knowing. So I'm just giving you a sketch of this. Now, always try to, dear teachers and always have a proper plan. Assessment and evaluation requires a thorough plan. Failing to plan is a perfect plan to fail. So always have a concrete, perfect plan. You may be subject teacher, convener. So give a planning to your other teachers as well. Discuss cooperative learning. Have a team teaching, everything. Now the last activity to conclude. The last activity. Look at this activity, how wonderful it is. A to Z. How many alphabets are there?
26.
26. So 26 have been given serially. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, all that. Okay. Now, let X, Y, Z be 3 first prime numbers. Can anybody tell me 3 first prime numbers? First 3 prime numbers.
2, 3, 5.
24.
2, 3, 5.
5.
I am told, somebody told, very good. Some teacher told.
24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
No. 2, 3, 5, sir. X, Y, Z, X stands for 2. Y, no, don't relate with this. These are small X, Y,
That
Z.
is
This is capital.
2, 3, 5, right? According to
2,
the
3, 5.
Yeah.
You put here YZ. YZ means Y is 3, Z is 5. You multiply. How much you get?
15. 15.
X
8.
to the power X, 2 to the power 2.
Plus 4. 15 plus 4. It is 19.
19. 19 you relate.
9.
What is written? 19. Relate. What is written?
19 S.
19 is S.
S.
19
S.
is
S. S.
19 is for S.
Yes.
So similarly write down the alphabets. What I have written.
ये पढ़ो
19 is for S. Now calculate second letter.
Is it K, sir? Second.
It is
Yes.
Skillveda.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Skillveda.
Sir, Skillveda.
Yes.
It is
Okay,
Skillveda.
Swapna, you did guess or you just telling like that? Or you calculated? Swapna
3,
ma'am.
4 we have calculated.
Archana
3,
ma'am.
4 we have calculated. Sir, 3, 4 we have calculated. Rest is guess.
Okay. Such a honest answer.
Honestly,
I
answer.
really appreciate that.
Honest answer.
Such a honest answer. I really appreciate that. Anybody else? If you really see, what is it been written here? Skill.
Skillveda.
Skill.
Skillveda.
First one will be S, then K, I.
Second one is K.
It
I.
comes because 3 to the power square is 9. So 9 is I. L. This is same theory. This will come to V. Because 5 to the power 2 is 25. 25 minus 3 is 22. 22, if I relate this V, that is V. It is simply E. D. A. Skillveda. So this is now I dedicate to this Skillveda platform, which really wanted us to be together. And it's my first session with Skillveda for you all teachers and educators. I really enjoyed thorough interacting with you all.
If
Same
Same
anyone
here,
wants
sir. We
to,
also enjoyed. It was really a lovely session and we really enjoyed your session a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is dedicated to Skillveda. This is my
thank you,
mathematics.
Subhashji. Thank you for delivering an informative and engaging webinar. Your expertise and insights were invaluable, and we appreciate the time and efforts you have invested in making this session a success. Thank you very much, Subhashji.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Anyone wants to say something, please?
Yeah. Say something
Yes.
or any feedback.
I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
When is the next seminar or webinar?
Next Sunday. Every
I
week we will be
definitely
keeping
join.
webinars for the educators and teachers. Now we are
Definitely.
keeping every week.
Ma'am, it's a lovely journey
Good
and I
evening, ma'am.
really love each
Actually,
and every episode of this journey.
Okay.
Thank
Other
you,
sessions you
Archana ji.
keep on
Thanks a lot.
joining.
It
Other sessions you keep
It's a
on
great
joining from
effort.
Skillveda is doing a lot of, because my session, I don't know the Skillveda and we will discuss.
Subhashi, we will keep session with you also from next time.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Ma'am, please
excuse
do
me, sir.
engage him in each and every session. Actually, sir, you really expressed so well, and I really missed 10 minutes earlier. And I'm
I will
really,
send you
really
the
feeling.
recording, Archana ji. No problem. I will send you the recording.
Thank you, Twinkle ma'am. Thank you
Excuse
so
me,
much.
sir. I have a question.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
please.
Sir, can you please arrange just now you told about CBSC and all. I want like webinar on Cambridge syllabus also. Can you please arrange for me next time?
Like what?
Cambridge, sir. Like CIE syllabus and all. You told about only CBSC right now. So if any possibilities are there, then I want on Cambridge also. Like their way of teaching, everything is different from CBSC, right?
Cambridge is a little different.
Yeah. So I want a session on IBDP.
Okay, but
We
I
will
don't
talk to
know
you
the
and
host.
decide something. We will talk to you in person then, and we can arrange some webinar. Not a problem.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
They have everything. Skillveda
We have
will
trainers
find
for
out
every.
this.
And Subhashji, this is the first webinar. It was really very interesting and interactive. Everybody likes a lot. I
Appreciated that. Really,
Big hand
I
of
love
applause for
interacting.
you, sir. You really expressed so well.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you
That's
so
lovely.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you.
gives me
Thank you.
really feeling of I really overwhelmed with all these feedbacks and all these chart works I can see. I am sorry I cannot respond to every one of you, but really I can see that excellent. It was informative when we are
We
getting.
will be sending the feedback form to everyone, and I will share the feedback with you also, Subhashji.
So enjoy today. We have succeeded in enjoying this, and I hope India will also succeed.
Yeah, definitely.
Champions
Hoping
Trophy.
for the best. Hoping for the best.
So don't ever forget the way I started. I started from the women's International Women's Day, that painting is very, very
Yes,
important
yes,
part.
it was. It is.
Thank you so much, all
Thank
of
you.
The whole episode was so well organized. I can't tell you, sir. Like I was really, really, really impressed. This is the way one should organize the things. This
Thank
is
you
the
so much.
really.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
I
Archana
worked
ji.
a lot
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
for
sir.
this.
everyone, for your nice feedback. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Subhash ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Kathy,
See you.
ma'am,
Bye-bye.
anything?
And, yeah.